Oh, sorry. We're late. Welcome to Drakenmemoria! Yay! We've succeeded in starting today. Just give me a moment. So, what are we doing today? Today, it's our live D&D campaign. Don't worry, it's gonna get there. If you were hoping for something else, well, it's the other days in the week. Map making is tomorrow, and the rebroadcast, if you're on the Eastern Coast, that's Friday. Alright. If you like the Thunder's Armored background, it's Ambient Mixer. If you like the world map, it's Wonder Draft. If you like the dungeon map, it's Dungeon Alchemist. Or Fort, because I created the fort during the week. It's Dungeon Alchemist. Or if you enjoy the towns map, it's Canvas of King. Here we go. Look at everything. So, what happened last episode? The party finished its exploration of Remy's home and prison. The experience was demanding, however, clues were found that would help in locating those responsible for this nightmare of a past. On their way home, however, fate intervened and something all were eager to encounter was set on their path. An exiled. A creature of awe-inspiring strength fell to the world. As it recovers from its fall, it is vulnerable both physically and mentally. What our heroes do with this chance may very well influence how this being views this world it has fallen to. Let's see how
you wish upon a star.
Yeah, and then I have to bring a wolf who's gonna start hunting you because you're all in your last lives. Oh no, sorry, that's a. Hold on. You started a bit fast.
We already have too many wolves hunting us down. It's like there's going to be a very weird genocide for all canids in this world at this point, just to make absolutely certain that we got all of them.
Well, and we have our antagonist for campaign 2 and your race of wolves. So if I do get my chance to create the wolf race, I will be permitting tabaxi, because that's the only reason why I never permitted them. I never allowed them. You know, you can't create a cat race without creating a canine race. Come on. I think it shows that the people who created this version of D&D are cat people. Okay. That's everything
Or, some of the races were just created because, a cat toy was thrown across a keyboard and...
Yeah, that's what I said. They're cat person. One of them was literally a cat. So
in fact, it actually would be funny if there was a fully a functional, fully tested dog race, and then a cat rolled across the keyboard, pressed the backspace button too many times, and that's why it doesn't exist anymore.
Here he is. Yeah, well, weird things happen sometime. It's probably exactly what happened. They pressed send, and the cat sat on enter key when it says, "Do you want to cancel the sending?" Alright, dice is here. Alright, so if I remember correctly, we ended last episode after audience had a troubling nightmare. Well, it was supposed to be a good dream, but because of doubts he's been having, it's a bit more of a nightmare, because now he's gonna have to choose between openly defying his god or openly defying the entire party, which always ends really well. Oh wow, my water has just come out of the fridge. It's so nice, it's cold. Alright. So, to my players, just so that you have an idea of what the fort is. The conjured fort. Why at work I did. Oh yeah, that's right. I took the picture of a smaller one, and I took one with white grid because I know Remy has a bit difficulty with the black grid. Sometimes he doesn't see it. Alright, so this is... And for the viewers, it's going to be... this on the NDB, on Twitch. Here we go. Sorry, the camera went weird for a moment. So this is the Conjured Fort. It is a fort, approximately 100 feet by 100 feet, with walls roughly 30 feet high, 35 feet high, and oh, we don't need a thunderstorm. And towers about 50 feet high. Hey, someone's scared they're gonna die. Oh, you're getting old. 50. Wow.
Wait.
The big 50. I swear I did not plan this. Well, you know, it happens. One day you wake up and you realize that you've been on Earth for 50 years. Damn. So you
Yeah,
go
Sam's
by...
50 years old.
Yeah. All
Still
right.
somehow pulling off that twink energy.
Looks great though.
You barely look.
All that
You barely
pickleball.
look a day older than 40. Oh, sorry.
Got him.
All right. In the middle of this is the Exiled. Audience was on the walls and decided to come down. You all were in the tents. So the 4 round things are tents with... Okay, good. For a moment I thought the beds had gone. Alright, so with bunk beds, because you can't give you too much comfort, come on. Alright, so...
What's a bed?
And well, we can't have 2 A token, so we're going to use an NPC token for Antasia. Alright, so that's where you all were when you decided that it was time to go talk to the Exiled. So, I guess Remy is going to be near audience because he likes being near audience. Jorg, where do you want to be, Jorg? You're all moving toward, like I said, everything can have repercussion here. This is an entity which has just fallen to the world. You literally saw it shoot across the sky like a fireball. And according to legend, it is the only moment it will ever express emotions while it's falling. So it was screaming out in agony as it, well, for all of you, you don't know it, but for your players, as it literally survived atmospheric re-entry. It took
Dope.
8 hours to recover from that to the point where it stopped shaking from the pain. And you're all deciding to go and talk to him. So how do you want to position yourself around this being?
I would suggest not surrounding it, maybe, so it didn't feel like.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, probably just stand in front of it at a 10 to 15 foot distance, so it kind of feels like we're not encroaching on its space.
Yeah.
Insert your own Rick and Morty reference here. That wolf got too close to my personal space. I love my personal space.
All right. How about something like this? Antasia and audience in the middle, Remy next to audience, Fisher next to Antasia, and Jorg slightly to the side next to Fisher.
Works for me.
Yeah?
I didn't realize I was muted. Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
Looks...
It is kneeling, looking down. Like I said, its physical appearance is very reminiscent to that of a mummy in the sense that it is wrapped from head to toes. It has a cloak, but on the sides of the wrappings and the cloak, you can see that there is a embroidered color, which is very much sort of a sandy hazel kind of hybrid color. The rest of the wrappings are of a color that you'd expect for wrappings. So beige, slightly brownish. Its hood is up. You cannot see its face. And it is said that no one has ever seen the face of an exiled. It is silent, kneeling on one knee, both arms, fist to the ground, on each side, head looking downward.
Alright. Did you fall from heaven, baby? Because it sure sounded like that.
So, that's the first
And
thought
so-
that goes through audience's mind.
For some reason, it's just like audience instinctively knows that this exiled is a woman.
No, it's whatever we want to instill in it, what we want, right? Audience immediately want to instill a flirty personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thought goes through your mind, and immediately you see Antasia look at you, stare at you, with those eyes that says, "Die, moron!"
Oh, you wanted its first words to hear are "die, moron"? That's probably worse.
Damn.
No, it's just the eyes that say this. You know, that stare.
No.
And
What's
I guess-
this? Go ahead, Remy. No, go ahead.
Not sure if we'll. I guess I'll ask if it winds up needing to be used, but it's like Remy will hold up a basic healing potion because he sees somebody who probably made an ouchie noise of some sort.
Fair. I might not know what a healing potion is.
That's why he's just like holding it up. It's just like looking ready, like shrug.
What's the name of the exact place we're on? Like the overall island?
The island itself is the Mistal Island chain, and you are on the Estrin Island of the Mistal Island chain.
The Astral Island? Okay.
Estrin.
Estrin.
Estrin. Alright. I will say, greetings, Exiled. Welcome to the Estrin. Welcome to the Estrin Island chain. We will be your temporary guardians in your time of weakness, because we believe that no matter what, it is important to protect those in danger and those who are weaker than yourself. Trying to set some groundwork here for what we want.
Nice.
There is a slight movement. The cowl of his cloak moves up maybe half an inch, although you can't see his eyes. You'd interpret that as him looking up, just enough so his eyes can actually see all of you. So you've drawn his attention.
I guess I'd continue. I'll be like, stay here, rest for as long as you need. We will protect you against any harm that might come for you until you are ready to have reached your full strength. Rely on us, trust us, for we have undertaken the task of being your guardians, and we will not fail you.
It looks slightly to the sides, to the rest of the party. Starting left, so Remy, and then it goes to Antasia, and then Fisher and Jorg. He goes back to looking directly at you, audience, because you're the one who spoke. This world. It screams. Why does it scream?
The mortal world screams. Why does it scream? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Jorg, because that's
Yeah, this sounds like some druid stuff.
that sounds like some druid shit, man. I don't.
Yeah. I don't know why the world's screaming. How? What part of the world is screaming?
All parts of its body. No.
Is it? Do you mean the shard is screaming?
Shards. It does feel plausible. shards. It is a possible word to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I do not
So,
know if it's accurate. Not yet.
were you
Its
sent to help?
song is still dissonant to my ears.
Plane shifts are hard, and I do not know from what realm or plane you came from. It'll take time to grow accustomed to being in this realm.
Your world has not accepted me yet.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Time. I need more time.
We can give you time.
Or the time knights?
Let's put the brand out as soon as we can.
Put the brand. Let's get the brand on.
I mean, look, if you're
And
not
this is the
selling the
point in the
brand,
episode where we've got the little intro in, and so now the like intro credit thing is gonna roll,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll get into the rest of the actual episode.
We're the Time Knights. The little intro music starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're more next generation. It goes silent for a moment, but it's still watching all of you closely.
Right. Audience is actually gonna go. He's gonna go back because he wants to see if anything has yet revealed themselves. If anything, it might be setting something to like storm the fort or anything, or if they're just people gathering to maybe even try and enter and speak. I want to see what's going on outside, and I feel like this thing really just needs. It's like talking to like a seriously wounded like who doesn't know where it is. Like there's not a lot to be said right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just gotta buy it the time it needs. Show it that it can trust us.
All right. So audience goes back to the walls. What about the rest of you?
I would go with audience. I would summon my familiar and have it go scout a ways out. Doing owl things.
Okay.
I'll go to
so
the
attacking
other
other
side
small
of the wall
birds.
Yeah.
to look.
See, no, that's why you have your bird familiar be a bird of prey, because then it can take out all the other familiars that dumb wizards make into like swallows or some shit.
But then it gets taken out by the conjurers who actually summon a
like an
horned
imp
owl.
or something. But
All right. What about Remy, Jorg?
Well, honestly, this is going to wind up being a situation of folks coming from all around to try to hurt them. I think Remy's going to start placing strategically place. Sorry, that some weird redundancy in the vocabulary there. Is going to start putting strategically placed web bombs in places.
Okay. All right, so most likely at least one in front of the gates, and maybe in places where it's a bit more vulnerable to a bit less visibility or more difficult to fire from the top of the walls. Okay. So Remy, do you go outside to place those, or do you stay inside?
Oh, when you say go outside,
Outside of the fort.
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
I mean, if it looks like there are folks already out there, like Ramey's pretty good at getting around unnoticed.
You can't see a lot. You've had confirmation from audience because of Magna, and because of Fisher and Antasia. She also sent out her familiar to go with the theme of silver-haired. Hers is a snowy owl. And you're at the beginning of the winter. There's probably even right now just a little faint snow falling, and maybe I couldn't place it on the map because everything would have just appeared white and wouldn't have been able to see any details at all. But there's probably maybe a quarter of an inch of snow on the floor because it fell during the night.
All right. In which case, I will use. Yeah, I'll just use my freebie invisibility for the day. So that in combination with the boots of elven kind that I'm wearing, I cannot be seen, cannot be heard, and I don't even think I leave footprints in the snow.
Boots of elven kind usually removes footprint, yeah.
Yeah, so, yep, Remy will go outside, well, not stick out like a sore thumb amongst white snow, and just start... and in fact, it makes it even harder to find the web bombs. This works out.
So, you go outside.
He'll make sure to point them out to, the party so that they know not to...
That's
the important part.
Into our own traps.
Although, Dork doesn't know. I'm joking, mostly.
I'm joking out of obligation, but I'm joking. All right. What about you, Jorg?
I will go to the opposite side of the fort just to look out over that way. How far does our voice carry? That's like if I had to shout, could they hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, if you want to reach audience and Fisher so they can hear you, you're going to have to shout.
Yeah.
It's pretty quiet. There's only you. There's a little bit of cloth ruffling because of the tents, and that's about it. Maybe if you really are careful, you might hear a slight hum because of the wards placed on the wall, but that's all. There's not a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna summon Frel also, just to have him.
All right.
Yeah, it's only like 100 feet across, so.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah, I
of,
was
let's
counting
summon Oranak before shit pops off.
Mm-hmm. I'm also gonna cast Fine Trap so I don't step in anything that Remy put down.
You're surrounded.
It turned out that's all he's been putting down traps, but they're just in a circle around Jorg.
Or even worse, Jorg is there and he's cast Fine Trap. Is, hey guys, someone placed a trap right in front of the main gate.
Here, I'll put a red flag on all the traps just so nobody
There you
steps in.
Oh god, we've started playing.
It's
what-
Minesweeper.
yeah, that's it, Minesweeper. Well, they are web bombs, so web mines. All right, so. Well, of course, you summon Arunak, and Arunak would like to know. So, who's part of the group? We seem to have new friends.
Isn't he here? We
You
didn't unsummon him
desummoned
until.
him so he could recover last night.
Yeah, last night.
Yes, we
But
did
I
do
think he's
that.
I think he's just asking if. I think
But
he's
that was like
asking,
after we met these people. Or
yes, but I
met
think
up
he's
with
asking like
everybody,
who we're clarifying as part of the group for like who he should prioritize
Oh,
stuff.
everybody in this fortress right now. So us and those two.
Not everyone, not her summons, because she is summons. I'd say our normal party members and Intasi, I'll point to her, and also the Exiled, I'll point to him. That's who I would consider in our party.
Right. So, what have you learned new?
Not too much. The Exiled apparently just needs time to grow accustomed, like this world hasn't accepted him. So he basically needs time for the world to accept him. So we're just buying him that time. And so far, I'll kind of look out. Nothing seems to be coming to greet him yet. So far we're good. So far we're doing our job.
Also, the world is screaming.
Also that.
Whatever that means.
I think it's got something to do with the fact that there's some kind of god being beyond our comprehension, like trying to break in.
Yeah, that was the vibe I got too.
It's probably not easy on the barriers of this world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, what am I talking to you for? I'm 100 feet away.
That's what I was gonna say. For some reason, you hear Jorg say, "Yeah, I agree with
That's
that."
the vibe. I turn into a bat so I can hear you from there.
Yeah. So I think we're holding out. Longshot might show up later with some allies. He'd be part of our party as well. We'll see though.
That's gonna be interesting. Who do you want as an ally to protect a being? Who can do that? And he points toward the crater.
Well, I think the point is he can't really do much of anything right now.
I'm not sure he really did that so much as survived that,
Yeah. I think he got...
which is why he's
Yeah.
needs time.
Well, yeah,
He didn't seem like it was his choice to go. Or maybe if it was, it wasn't... It
I
wasn't
mean,
a
they
choice.
are called
without
the
cause.
Exiled for a reason.
Yeah.
I
well,
think he just got exiled. from wherever it was and landed here.
Yeah,
I can only assume Pride Rock.
that's a bit my point. I mean, was he exiled? I think that's a really
Well, if you want me to give
opportune
you
moment.
the 3 book length summary that I got taught by my dragon, I could, but I don't think you.
Somehow I have creeping doubts on how accurate that story will be.
Yeah. Something along the lines of them being the most hated of God's children and turning against the dragons. You get the vibe.
Well, he is an exiled, so. Seven. I feel like I've seen that somewhere in a book.
Anything from your owl, Fisher? I'll say turning back to Fisher.
Anything from my owl?
Make a perception roll.
Using the owl,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Freaking owl stats. Give me a second.
I don't know why. I feel like there should be a proficiency bonus when it's a familiar.
+3 to perception and advantage. 2 11, so 14.
14.
I mean, then again, it's also still like a challenge rating 0 beast, and it's a level 1 spell.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Well, looking out,
Also, it's 120 feet dark.
well, in the middle of the day, it's not gonna. Well, in the morning, it's not gonna help you a whole lot. With a blanket of snow, also might hurt his eyes. No, it's an owl. He's okay. Owls deal.
He is
well
also a
with
snow
winter.
owl. Because when I first summoned it, was in the Misty Isles when it was also snowing. I was like, snow owl, camo.
Yeah. Your owl would say that he can see tracks. There have been people moving about. He can find 3 set of tracks as he's moving. He doesn't see who made them. He just sees that they're there and they're humanoid.
3 separate sets of tracks, though.
Yeah,
Like moving together or separately?
separately.
Also, I've got 3 separate sets of tracks, but unable to find who they belong to.
And there's a sparrow following him.
Take it out.
Make an attack roll.
Familiar on familiar violence. This is crazy.
We're definitely getting into unfamiliar territory.
No.
Fisher, why did you just start speaking in Pokemon? I don't.
Owl, use Talon Strike. It gets a 15 to hit. It does 1 slashing damage, which I think is enough to take out any other bird, because that's how much HP it has.
Yeah,
Well, you're actually attacking this
Yeah,
Well,
dude. It could
I'm
be
looking for bird
somebody else's
stats.
familiar.
I'm looking for bird
All
stats.
what sparrow is following an owl?
Yeah, that's a
Uh,
good point.
My owl has 11 AC and an armor class of 1, so I'm assuming a 15 to hit and 1 damage will do it to any other bird.
most likely. I mean, the closest thing that I can find is a bat. So if you go with that, it's got an AC of 12. So your owl turns around. It poofs out.
It does poof out? Oh,
Yep.
I was right. Good job.
Nice job, Al.
You can sense a small feeling of pride from your owl.
Let everybody else know. Someone out there was trying to spy with their own familiar, but we got it.
All right. Well, we know there are people out there, but no one seems to have made a move yet. And I don't even know how many different groups. So I guess just keep setting the defenses and wait to see who comes forward first. I don't know if anyone's going to come forward to negotiate or attack, but yeah.
Well, so far, you know that there's a high chance that there's a member of the Hunter cult because of what Magna said.
Yeah.
There's most likely at least one guild member somewhere because of the tracks. And now you know that a magic user was spying on the camp. And if they're spying, they probably don't have excessively noble ideas.
Rude. Are you saying that Fisher is not noble?
I'm not spying. I am scouting.
Oh, I see. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the difference between noble and not noble intentions.
Spies are noble.
Meanwhile-
Spies are not noble.
meanwhile-
Scouts are.
Meanwhile, the summoner of that other creature is just like, damn, they killed my scout.
Yeah. They're spying on us. I think I will recast energy strings in front of the gate.
Okay.
But I think I'll leave. Like, I won't put it like right in front of the gate. I'll put it like a few feet ahead
Okay.
so that
It's not super
we
obvious.
can like get in and out without triggering. Because it only doesn't trigger for me.
You
can't
put it
make
out
it-
while
I can't
Remy
make
is
it
doing
not
something
trigger
else.
for anybody else. It only doesn't trigger for me. So I put it a little bit forward so like Remy can get back in and stuff without triggering it.
All right. You can say that probably an hour has gone by. Remy has put traps outside. Your energy string has been placed as a trap.
Is Antasia talking to it?
You can't actually be sure, in the sense that she's there. She's very often watching him, but she's not saying anything. Is she just skimming his mind? Is she daring to do that? Is she just observing? She is technically part of a magic school. She is just the Indiana Jones of that magic school, so
Uh huh. Elena, we're the audience. I kind of want to go talk to it and ask it
Uh,
about like where it
you're
comes from
welcome.
and stuff.
You're welcome to. It
It's
doesn't
like,
seem. I'll keep watch, and I'll let you know if anything happening.
all right, cool. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, and then I want to go see if, because, correct me if I'm wrong, they don't really talk about themselves, right?
No, they do answer questions. It's just that the element that seems to be prevalent is your language compared to theirs is so limited that they are often stuck using what they feel as primitive explanation for something much more complex. So there's always that language barrier of if only you knew my language, I could explain it so much better, but it is a language that is extremely complex and vast. Tobiashi has described this as being a very, very melodious language, literally as in music. Their voice in their own language sounds like harmonics.
Does language translation magic not work?
It would suffer the same barrier. It would be able to
Okay.
identify the closest word in your language that helps you understand it, but it can't
The issue
make
is
new
still that our
words.
language doesn't. Okay.
It's like for him, there's 75 different names for the colors of a rainbow, and you only have 7 colors that you actually see. So he's got to
Mm.
figure out a way to talk to you using those 7 colors when his has 5 times, if not 10 times, this number.
So this color is violet. What's violet? I just told you it was a.
Yeah.
But it will answer questions, and as far as you know, it will answer them as truthfully as his language allows it.
Hmm. From what we know, or I know already, what have they answered when they've been asked about where they're from?
Uh, you can make a history or arcana roll to see what you remember.
Uh, that would be a,
That would be a what?
sorry, I'm I'm trying to.
This commercial is brought to you by. Are you having difficulty finding?
Our proficiency bonus did go up. Okay, that's why. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I was like, why is that plus 14?
Oh yeah, no, that's why I was celebrating
Yeah.
like quietly last session. Just like, oh, all my skills got even better. Sure.
21.
21. It is a difficult story. Um, Once again, because it lacks the proper words. The base understanding is that they are exiled because they committed a crime, but they are here because they've been given a chance to atone for this crime. The description of the crime, however, seems to go beyond what your words are capable of properly expressing. There was something about a crisis, a sacrifice to be made, one that is unspeakable in how bad it is to even consider it. But some of them made that sacrifice for the others. And those amongst them who made the sacrifice for others and not for themselves were given the possibility to atone for that.
And fear not, in 3 days' time they shall rise.
Um, what do they say about where they're from?
Um, as best as the scholars have been able to deduce, it's a different realm. A shard that is probably very close to the source of energy of the universe. So they have a very unique perspective of everything. It is said to be a marvelous place of beauty, magic, knowledge. They had a privileged existence before this crisis. But that is as best as they can describe. A few people, it is possible for them to communicate directly to your mind, but it is extremely taxing, and most people don't try it. You don't know if Tobiashi ever tried it. But the problem is, even if you do that, you will not be able to talk about what you saw with someone who hasn't seen it because there are no words to describe it. So you're kind of stuck that if you manage to do it, you don't. It is taxing. That's all you know, this process. But it would allow you to see the world, to learn more about everything, and taxing to you more than to it.
Yeah,
To the
because it's
point of
your
some
brain
people
trying to comprehend
saying,
something that
yeah,
it can't.
to the point of some people saying that if your mind is not strong enough, you could go insane.
I've got a 12 wisdom. Okay. Uh,
They don't hide anything. When you ask something, as far as any spellcaster has ever been able to tell, they don't lie. It's just always this language barrier that limits what they
uh-huh.
can talk about.
Huh. All right.
But also, there is less than 12 exiled in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they don't lie, but the number of people who have actually being able to be there the way you are right now can probably be counted with the hands of your entire groups.
Uh-huh.
Adding another layer to the Jesus allegory, by the way. 12 exile.
Less than.
Plus 1.
All right. I think I'll still ask. Yeah, I think I'll just go up and ask. Where are you from?
Far from your point of view. Close from mine.
Fair enough. What brought you here?
I was given a chance to atone, so I accepted it.
You aware that others of your kind have landed here before?
I can imagine that others have chosen this world. It is not the only option we have. But it is a good one. I can hear faint echoes from some of them, but they are no, what is the word? Remote.
Why'd you pick this one?
It is here to help.
What is here?
Your world. It was made to help in the conflict. I wished to help as well.
What conflict?
The conflict which shattered the fabric of reality. That would tie back to some elements that you've
Like
heard.
the original shattering?
From what you know of what others have recorded, it is something beyond that. They talk about a shattering of the universe itself, not this world. You can just accept that, or you can ask it more question about that.
Uh, what are the different sides of the conflict?
The beginning and the end. Creation and destruction. Dawn and dusk. Eternal.
Little quick, out of character, or I guess think. I remember a while ago you talking about the concept of the end as like something you came up with a while ago. Is that in our game that we know of, or was that you talking about something else in another game? I don't quite remember.
No, it's the only word that comes to your mind when this entity, which audience has briefly been able to feel by extracting this metal that was deep inside of the lake, this entity that even its slowly waning power inside of a lost footprint nearly drove him insane. That was the only word that came to his mind. It is the end.
And all right, then I'll ask it. And so our world made to help fight it, delay it.
The end cannot be pushed back other than by the beginning. Some have chosen to hide in what survived the initial impact. Sanctuary. And he looks at you very intently when he says sanctuary. And if you don't know why, your mind for a brief moment goes through your entire spell knowledge. And that word sanctuary seems to have simply been drawn from your knowledge of spells. And it uses that specific word to qualify this world. Sanctuary.
From the end.
From its no, not gaze. From its I do not know of a word. I am
Reach.
sorry.
Effect. Attention.
That is not a bad word. Yes, you could use that. Attention. You cannot hide from the end. The end comes for everything. But the beginning is always supposed to follow the end. And it does not. Not this time. It is there, however.
What happened to the beginning?
No one knows. Entities have theorized that the beginning was there, and it saw it before the others. And so a handful of entities. He raises his hand, and you see the cloth around his hand starts to take shape. It twists and turns, and it creates a variety of symbols which you would associate with godly symbols. And it just rotates through all of them. Maybe 12 of them in total. They thought they might know where it hid it. It was their intention to attack it, not to defeat it, but to steal the last light of the beginning, so that it may grow once again and rebalance the conflict.
Did they succeed?
I was exiled before. Just as it's closing its hand, you recognize one symbol within the 12s. The raccoon mask.
Alright. I'm just gonna throw this out here. This light that they may have stolen and possibly planted here to regrow?
It would be a cruel answer, but a plausible one. However, you
cruel?
are not the only sanctuary in existence. This one
Why would it be cruel?
may also be a decoy. It could be cruel because it means the end will be looking for you, and if it finds you, no power can save you. The sum of them all, the entities, do not compare to what they are. There was nothing before the beginning and the end. They are the first awareness of this universe. Everything came after. The sum of all that is cannot even delay their path. That is not a good word. Their march through existence. If the beginning hides in your world, then your world, while it is hidden in it, is the most valuable world in existence. If it is hidden in this world.
Does the end have a symbol?
Nothingness. It is the end. It is the absence of all things. Darkness, never ending.
If the beginning were here, trying to regain power? Sounds like.
To
What would
be
that manifest as?
reborn.
How would that manifest?
That happened before. Everything. No witness to this event the first time.
I'm gonna throw a pitch at you. You tell me if it's too much of a stretch for me to try and connect these two dots. But I think of a light that was planted here and is trying to grow. Reminds me of Mom. Is that
It's not too much of a stretch for you to think about this.
Mhm.
You might feel
But it is a
slightly
leap.
presumptuous to
Yeah.
say it out loud. As if to say, you know what? I think I'm the chosen one.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for chatting. We did summon one of the others of your kind that is already here.
Remy did not tell me that he rung the bell.
Did we not ring the bell? I thought we rang the bell.
No, we did
We
not.
didn't ring the bell?
We
No.
did not ring the bell.
Oh, okay.
It was presented as an option. Honestly, I'm not sure if we actually openly discussed it, but there was also a non-zero chance that if we rung the bell, whatever exile did show up might attack us.
Uh-huh. Um, yeah.
Tobiashi would probably be the best person to tell you what to expect, because according to what he told Remy, he knows what happens when you ring a bell. He was with his master when his master answered a call like this. The only detail he gave Remy was it was devastating to watch.
Mm-hmm. Um,
And again, we also witnessed a massacre.
mm-hmm. Um, would this bell be summoning Toby's master or just like the nearest exiled?
Any exiled within 2 days and a half at their traveling speed when they're completely healed can hear it. So anyone inside of that sphere might come in. If you ring it and someone arrives within the next few minutes, then they're obviously not going to think that they may be arriving to witness the death of one of theirs. But if you ring it and it takes them 2 days to get here, then they will definitely arrive expecting a fight.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Personally, I would leave that to a party decision.
yeah. Uh,
Taranad would probably tell you that right now nothing seems to justify the use of the bell because you've only seen 3 scouts and a bird. So if that's all that's going to be coming, then you've faced worse than that.
mm-hmm.
But if more comes,
The problem is if it's gonna take 2 days, we have no idea what's gonna be there in 2 days.
At most 2 days. Again, if they're closer, they could
Yeah,
arrive in minutes.
true. Uh,
Remy would be able to tell you that Tobiashi has been sending letters to his master for several months and he hasn't had any answers. So
uh-huh.
possibly it's not. There isn't one on the island chain, but you don't
Uh-huh.
know how fast they can actually move.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess, yeah, probably be a good idea to wait until we actually know what it's going to be like. I will. I'll leave you to your rest attuning process thing. Uh, and then I'll head back up onto the ramparts. Go talk to audience.
As you're turning around, it does say, "You are willing to wait. Even though I cannot promise you I can attune to this world quickly. Why?"
Well, your kind have become rather important in this world. It's still very hands-off and mysterious. And it is at least known that the only real time your kind is vulnerable is right after you've landed, before you've attuned. And so if there are any that wish you harm or influence over you, they would see the time before you get attuned to this world as their opportunity to act. And those of us here feel like that would not be good. So we'll be here for as long as you need, until you're up on your feet, so to speak.
I see. The way he says it in your mind, it feels like he gave a good answer.
Yes. If you need anything, just ask and we'll see what we can do.
I need to hear more of the voice of your world to answer that question.
Of why it's screaming?
Of its song, of what it represents, of its views of those who inhabit it. Not everyone is selfless, even amongst my own. That's the element that rings in your mind. He just identified you as being selfless in this action to protect him.
Alright. How can we play the song of this world?
I do not know if it is possible yet. I do not understand this world very well for now.
I'll go talk to Jorg. He's our druid. They tend to be all about the land and stuff, and we'll see if we can figure something out. And then I go up to Jorg. You ever heard anything about the song of the world?
Have I heard anything about the Song of the World? Should I roll a knowledge, nature, or arcana?
That would be religion for you, not arcana.
Religion.
Yeah, you can roll religion.
I will assist you.
Do you
Okay,
hear
well,
the
22.
people singing the?
Mhm.
So what did you roll?
A 22.
22. That's a pretty good insight into the world on a religious level. I'd say from the perspective of a druid, the voice of the world, it can be interpreted on multiple levels. It could really be the different voices of the world, meaning the different components of the world. The ocean, the land, the sky. But the world is complex, and as a druid, you need to live with that complexity. You need to understand it and deal with the various elements of it. And those various elements are everything that interacts with it. The way that nature, a forest, interacts with a pond, the way that the ocean interacts with the mountain. That's the largest scale that you can think of. A more intermediary scale would be how those who started living in it interact with one another, interact with nature. That too is part of it. It's a smaller scale, but that too is. So the sum of the voices of the world, I mean, if you take that very literally, your faith would tell you that it's the elements, it's society, it's the people, it's all of these elements that you have to deal with, that you have to balance when you take your decisions. Those can be qualified as voices. Also, that explanation probably makes makes Fisher feel like, damn, didn't think you had to deal with so many different elements. When you have to weigh, am I doing this for the right reason or not? Do I help them? Do I help them not? But they are the various elements, and it is why a lot of druids are considered to normally be lone agent. There are a lot of low-level druids, but the higher you go, the fewer there are. A druid level 16, there's probably a handful in the entire world. So you usually are a lone agent. Sometimes you will pair up with someone at lower level to complete something, but you have to deal with everything and you have to figure this out on your own. Which explains why a lot of druids need to be very versatile.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess he just wants to. He needs to hear how the world's doing, is what I'd guess, and how everything's in balance.
There isn't.
Yeah, what I just said.
Yeah.
But how would we play that though?
Well, the larger scale, that's very difficult. It's literally territory of magic. Manipulating the elements, making sure that everything is heard, and even then, if you're manipulating the elements, you're kind of forcing the voice. But there are smaller scales that you can affect. You don't know how representative it will be, But, on its own, you're different magics. They are part of the voice of the world. Audience, godly spells. Jorg, nature spell. Fisher and Remy, arcane spells. Audience, a dragonborn. You, a warforge. Jorg, a human. Remy, a kenku. They're all types of voices, but just how useful would that be on the grand scale? That's the element that your conversation with Jorg cannot truly.
So really, he just needs to experience the world.
Yeah, just needs to live in our world. I don't know how much time he's got to experience it, but that's what I think.
Oh,
It does fit with the idea that he is attuning to your world.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah.
It
Right.
usually takes you an hour to attune to a magical object, so a world, that's more than an hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna go talk to the audience
That sounds good.
about some god stuff. You got any
Yeah.
big defense stuff you can throw up?
Not to defend this whole area. I could put up some firewalls if I need to, but
Nothing like cast and forget kind of longer term stuff. More just in the moment kind of
No.
stuff. All right.
Mm-hmm. But if we wait here for a long time, I can attune some, prepare those spells. I don't know how long we're gonna be here.
Just what did you not prepare more spells this morning?
I did prepare more spells this
Okay.
morning. Just not large place and forget things.
Okay.
Like illusory terrain or something like this.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's true. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, hallucinate.
Shout if you see anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, cat! Oh!
And then I will trek, or I'll go around the top of the rampart, scouting out as I do to go see audience.
All right. While you do that, I'm going to ask Remy what he's doing.
I mean, after. I'm assuming, like, after I finished what I was doing?
Yeah.
At this point, Raimi would probably just be spending his time,
With Jorg.
Don't even joke about that. It's like no, I think at this point he's probably just going to be using his spyglass to keep an eye on their surroundings.
All right, make a perception roll.
Should I also make a perception roll since I'm just watching?
Yeah, Remy's looking long range, you're looking short range.
Mm-hmm. I got a 25.
Pretty good.
Actually, Raimi also got a 25.
Every day you're closer and closer to Jorg. Against your will, but still.
Like, what's with this weird mound of snow that wasn't there before? And why is it red?
So, looking outward, 25 is pretty good. and it's good enough to foil any small attempt, unexperienced scout and things like this. There are starting to be signs of greater scouting in the area. It's becoming difficult figuring out whose track belongs to who, because there are various tracks going in different directions, and at one point you think that two of them encountered one another and there was a fight. Signs of a struggle, and only one set a track leaving. So there might even be a certain level of conflict between those interested in what's happening. The little
Well, they
trap.
start taking care of themselves in some way.
It also means that whomever is going to be left is going to be the most dangerous. So
Maybe also weakened.
and there are an increasing number of animal tracks, signs. Okay, small animal there. That doesn't make sense to be in this area. There's literally no food to be hunted here. So why would there be a raccoon tracks here? Yeah. So with the two of you, you are starting to feel like this place has been... There's an increase in the quantity of people being interested in this place and what's happening. But
The market's
now,
really busy today.
yeah. But right now, they're still just in the scouting phase, you'd say. They're not at testing the defenses yet. So, that's what both of you see. An increased number of tracks may mean a lot of people, or they may mean big organizations. You know, sending regular scouts, or a huge number of small organizations, all trying to figure out, can we do something with this? There's bound to be a lot of people interested in this, and that's an unavoidable fact. With everything that is being promised, with what that would mean, Remy, you can easily imagine guilds which would revel in the idea of gaining the support of an exiled, especially those who have large aspiration of power. Jorg, you can easily see the danger in someone gaining permanent access to such an entity. After all, how many entities do you know can fall from the sky and survive? And not just survive, but make a crater around them.
Didn't the guy fall not 8 hours ago or something?
Closer to 10 hours now, but yeah.
So they're moving quick.
The exile
Well, yeah, he's
fell. It fell from the sky, yes, but its appearance probably drew the attention of everyone in Otanel. So, because shot across the sky. That's the word I was looking for. The exile is not the only one having trouble speaking today. Because it shot across the sky, across the autumnal sky. Anyone that knows about this phenomenon in the second largest city, the commercial heart of this island chain, knows that within 20 miles there is something that can be salvaged for magical component, coerced for power, tortured for information. Jorg, for you, this thing is as much a blessing to this world. Druids aren't immune to the lure of understanding things more, helping them understand the greater conflicts. And something like this, something that can literally shift the balance of power permanently, is both to be respected and feared. Because as a druid, you know that if someone bad coerced that entity, right now you're the only druid around, so it is going to fall on you to solve that problem. Whatever way you can. And something as big as that, your mind probably has thought about this at least once or twice so far. No matter the cost, if it comes to that.
All right, you got this, Jorg. We'll head out.
All right, see you.
But
So it is weird, even for you, Jorg, having that literally 50 feet away from you. Well, probably 60 feet because it's a diagonal, but...
Should we tell the garden it's here?
we were avoiding that because
you
we
want to
don't-
be careful about who you draw from the heroes living in there.
Yeah. The garden itself probably wouldn't interfere with it because of how they are, but the other people from our world in the garden were who we were more worried about.
Oh, yeah.
Gods have agendas. Mage have desire for power. Bards have desire of glory. Warriors have desires of prestige, of fame. Rogues... Well, all of those. All right, do you want to have the break to think about all of this, absorb it, and maybe Fisher think about what you're going to talk with audience because you said you wanted to talk to him?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go on the break. Because I also am aware that I just dumped a chunk of lore.
A small amount of lore.
On
Just,
here.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I am aware that you may need a few minutes to fully absorb. So, with this, we're going to go on a break, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. So, see you in 15 minutes. Bye. And welcome back. Wow. It's not a problem that we're missing Jorg, but it is a problem that we're missing audience, because that's the person Fisher is supposed to be talking to.
So you'll just start talking at audience, and then he'll be looking in the mirror the whole time.
I feel like there would be part of that would be realistic, audience just staring in nothingness and then suddenly, oh!
It's the mirror of Fisher's breastplate. Because it's so shiny now.
Alright, we got audience back. It's just that because Jorg is not back, audience is in the place of Jorg. But that's okay. He's gonna be put back into the right place when Jorg comes back. Okay. That's probably because he closed his camera. Alright, like I said, it's not too much of a problem that Jorg is not here right now because he's on the other side.
All the way on the other wall.
Yeah.
So far away.
Ice cream.
Want some ice cream.
Well, no, Jorg is screaming, not you.
Oh, my bad.
Come on over, cutie. I could give you some vanilla. Say what?
Yeah, but I have to take
I
a
told
ferry.
you, not we're on the air.
Is your vanilla really worth taking a boat for, Sam?
All right.
Listen, we'll discuss price tag.
All right. So,
Alright. So I was, just had a conversation with our new friend.
Okay.
Mostly kind of affirmed what, in general, people say about the Exiled.
Which
They were
is
right.
Audion has the bad version of what
Yeah.
everyone says
So
about it.
what everybody else says about the Exiled. From some other world.
okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Were exiled from said world.
Okay. Do you know why?
In general, it seems there was some sacrifice that needed or could have been made. Unsure what the sacrifice was,
And they
but
didn't make
it seems like all those that made the sacrifice were punished, and those that made it for selfless reasons were given the option to redeem themselves. And that redemption...
So all those that chose to make the sacrifice, which was a good or bad thing, were punished. I thought you just said I'm confused. The sacrifice was a good or bad thing?
It sounds like that's where it sounds like it might not be like a self-sacrifice, the sacrifice of something else.
Okay.
And so those that all of them that made that sacrifice got punished.
Okay. So, but then this one was one of the ones that did it for selfless reasons, so it was sad.
Yeah. So it was given a chance to atone or redeem itself. And those that get that chance get exiled to one of multiple other worlds.
Do you know what happens to those that don't get that chance?
I do not.
Okay. Just like, do they go somewhere? Should we? Okay, it's fine.
It's a little hard. So the difficulty with talking to them is mostly a language barrier thing, and isn't really able to be solved by magic. More in the, it's more in the our minds can't or have a hard time understanding the ideas that they're trying to convey more than just like a normal
I
language barrier.
see. But they can understand us, or they also
Yeah.
struggle to understand. Okay.
Seems like they can understand us pretty well.
But audience, you're a big, strong hero. Maybe you could withstand that connection and understand more. That's just your thought.
But yeah,
You're
so
a
it sounds
strong
like
hero.
the
Maybe
only-
you can do it.
So Antasia probably shouldn't try and read its thoughts.
yeah. So the only way to like really understand seems to be to try and read its thoughts, but that tends to drive people insane.
Okay.
So the ones that get the chance to redeem themselves get exiled to another world. We are one of multiple of those other worlds.
Cool.
And then we got into some stuff about you remember the end?
Yes.
That thing that almost broke your brain?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, so
The only nightmare audience still has.
Yeah. So apparently there is also or there was a beginning
Okay.
with similar scale.
Something to not counteract
And
it, but
not
balance
counteract, but more of kind of a cyclical balancing thing.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow that beginning was defeated / contained by the end,
I see.
or something.
It's no longer
And-
the power it was.
Yes. And then, well, so it's not any contained. It's still no longer the power was. So a group of the exiled called them entities, but it sounds kind of like gods. Flashed a lot of religious-looking symbols at me. Didn't catch any but the raccoon mask.
Okay, which would make
So
sense.
a group of them basically assaulted whatever prison or containment or whatever it had the beginning in
Okay.
to get it out,
Okay.
but it is still too weak.
I
So
see.
they have hidden it somewhere to regain power,
Okay.
which may be in our world, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Our world is fielded, kind of like how I use the sanctuary spell.
Yeah, I know a bit about Sanctuary. I know I
Yeah,
understand
you
that.
can cast it. Yeah, so kind of in that way, because you can't stop the end, but it
Yeah.
kind of seems like our world is kind of hidden from its attention a little bit.
Which would okay. Yeah.
The idea of the
So-
spell sanctuary also tells you that your world, if that is the best description of what's protecting it, is a really, really thin protection.
Yeah. And so it may be here. It may not be here. Our world may instead be actually just a decoy world of where it's hidden.
Okay.
Either case, though, bad if the sanctuary part doesn't work, because then the end comes and we're gone.
Yeah. Well, also, yes, makes sense.
And so there's not really a whole lot we can do about the end, right?
No.
But it seems this other outer god thing that's trying to break in.
Yes, the one I had the dream about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it does manage to break in, it might break that sanctuary. In doing so.
Unknowingly or
Yeah.
no.
It might be trying to get in to hide from the end.
Mm-hmm.
To like get into the sanctuary, but in doing so it might break it.
I see.
So, you know,
Or
not that we needed more reasons to
Succeed.
try and stop it. But
could
you know,
be
stakes keep going up
stakes could be even higher than we imagined.
as
Okay.
usual. So yeah.
Indirectly speaking, Terranad would tell you, Fisher, that that deduction kind of explains why the Garden keeps saying that they can't function at maximum power. Because if their maximum power exceeds what the gods are, with the threshold of detection that the god, they don't want to go over that and draw the end.
Yeah. Well, I would kind of guess that was why anyway, because they seem to also somewhat be in hiding.
It's a confirmation.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they have any relation to the Garden might know more about the Exiled. I don't know, but I don't know what they're.
But yeah. And then as for its attunement process, it said it needs to hear the song of the world more, which Jorg and I kind of...
Does that just kind of mean experiencing the world?
Yeah.
Well, on a religious level, so for you audience and Jorg, there is a double meaning to the song of the world. The choir of angels. It is a song. It is a song made for gods, sometimes by gods. So it can also refer to the different powers of a world. Mm-hmm. All the gods singing, which can be translated to, maybe if you all use magic around him, it's gonna help him. But that's also a far-fetched deduction, but not an impossible one.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe if there does end up being a conflict here, it will actually help speed up the process, because there'll be so many powers and different elements around him. Will experience the world more, because as my father always said, you never experience the world more than in the heat of battle.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So yeah, things might speed up when things
sing for him.
Speed up.
All right. I haven't noticed much in my scouting. It seems that there seem to be a few groups, but again, everyone seems to be being cautious. No one really seems to be, at least right now, willing to make the first move. My guess is, from what I can deduct, although I'm not confident in this, not even all the entities probably out there are even aligned, so no one necessarily wants to show themselves and be at the mercy of the others as well. So we'll kind of have to wait and see.
That works in our favor, I think.
Yeah.
In other words, or another topics. Had kind of seemed like maybe you had a visitor last night. You want to talk about it?
I'd rather not. There are too many eyes on me, and I fear that by discussing it, the truth might slip, whatever that may be.
Antasia's power
You
can't
wanna-
rival with those of a god, but she is a diviner, so she may be able to provide a measure of protection.
Do you want to talk about it up here? Remy could do his group call thing.
I'll say this. I'll give you the relevant information. From what how would audience say this in a kind of Dragonborn not used to speaking in roundabout ways, so he's
How
really
about a
struggling
vague?
with
Who
this.
was it from, and how do you feel about it?
Yeah. From all I know, audience will say this. He'll be like, from all that you know of everything I've ever said, and my God, how do you think my God would feel, and what do you think he would ask me to do, and what other things are in this vicinity that would help do that, and how could I prevent it? You figure it out from there.
I can't help you.
I think I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. But
I don't want to ask this because I don't think so, but I feel like I have to for old Toby's sake, even though he's not here. We won't curse anything.
yeah,
You still with us?
I'm still with you.
All right. I give him a slap on the shoulder.
I'll kind
How do
of
you
give.
think we look in strategy wise? This fort is pretty sweet. I was not
This fort
thinking
is
we would
pretty sweet.
have this, but
Again, I think we have. It's hard to make a strategy because I'm not sure
what we're up
which
against.
group. I'm not sure which group will make the first move. If any groups will work together, if they'll work, and if there's a possibility this entire area may break out into a battlefield with us at the center,
Mm-hmm.
or one group might dominate another and simply come at us once it's finished. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. Our job is simple: hold the line and make sure that I'll look over at the Exiled. The one in that center is protected. Whatever that means, whatever comes, that's our duty. That's what we promised. We won't really know what to do till the time, but hopefully we'll get some allies, and hopefully we'll be able to stand against whatever comes.
I was also able to communicate to it kind of why we were here and what we were doing, and it seemed appreciative.
That's good. Hopefully its foundations will be set by our actions, that hopefully it'll think of this place or think of us or think of this world as a place to protect, to cherish, to protect the weak, to help those in need. That is my hope, at least.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great power, or it could be a power to rival that of a dragon, and hopefully it will choose the right side through whatever it hears or sees.
What is the are we in the middle of a forest? Like, what's the terrain like
Mostly
around
flat.
the fort? it's just kind of like flat grassland, plains kind of thing.
Yep, I'm gonna confirm that from
Hello.
the map here.
Uh,
Like, what's our sight distance from the wall to any kind of cover?
It's mostly flat terrain. You do see far to the um, to the east. There is a tree line, but it's sort of like you can see it when you're on one of the watchtowers. So it's several miles away. Um, Everything else, it's just well, it was grassland before snow started falling.
We see like encampments of people out there.
Not right now,
All right.
but it's bound to happen. The question
Mm-hmm.
is, at what range are they going to place themselves?
Uh-huh.
you have to
But it does
remember.
seem like we'll get good unless they do something sneaky. Obviously, we got a good sight line warning system of.
The
I
more
would also.
time moves forward, the more it feels like you're going to be in that situation where it's going to be who's going to be first. And that's what's going to
Uh-huh.
make them hesitate for a while, and then BAM! All hell
Yeah.
breaks loose.
All right.
We'll see. Some might come to entreat us. Some might come to, fight
Yeah.
against us. It's well. We are, we are the ship with the treasure, and the sea is filled with hungry sharks looking to take it. We will see which shark strikes, or which sharks choose to strike at each other to weaken the line first.
So, Audience and Fisher are
Sharks like
probably
treasure.
those that are the most strategically minded, because martial class in general. A normal siege would be first scouting, then test out the defenses. Usually on a big siege, it's siege equipment. Because if you can't break the walls with a few strikes, then you're usually in it for a long siege.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't wait long enough for whomever inside to starve themselves out and die waiting, then there is a massive attack. And breaking defenses requires a lot more people attacking than there are defenders. So,
Mm-hmm.
if it's a classic siege, that's what's going to happen. One of those two options.
Well, as I think most people have general knowledge about Exiles, and I think many will assume that they will not have time to wait to starve us out. They don't know what resources or stuff we have in here.
So,
This
one
isn't
way or
like
the other, it's going to end in a huge
Yeah.
fight.
it really just depends who's willing to make the first move and how the other groups will respond to the first move. Will they attack with them? Will they attack against them?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to wait and see. Again, our job is just to hold the line in the center.
Jorgen, Remy,
Well,
since you're those who are watching the perimeters, you did notice that Antasia has left the center of the crater and has started to make rounds on the walls and going to the top of the towers. She casts a few spells and then moves on to the next tower. She does have a bit of a concerned look on her face.
I'll head over to her and ask, what she's concerned about, I guess.
We're being watched. So far, I can count 12 sensors out there.
Cool.
Jeez.
Various clairvoyance type spell. Things that allows you to see what's happening. We're drawing a lot of attention. And that's just those that I can see. Anyone prepared enough might be able to hide this from me. It's gonna get livelier in the next few days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've got a few days though.
Well, if I was the one strategizing this, I'd wait. First, let the pawns go in. Then, let the real ones, the real threats, go inside. So now we are being scouted. There may be only one or two of those sensors that are actually dangerous for us. The others, they are probably just people trying to figure out what's happening. We don't have to worry a lot about minor guilds and raiders, and these walls will most likely dissuade them, at least from attacking first. What you have to worry about are the big ones, the greater organization. They all have priests and mages capable of sensing what's happening in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Can we teleport him out to somewhere safer? Or I could use wind walk and we could all travel somewhere. Hopefully no one would know
Not even sure
about.
he can move right now.
That is also what I was worried about.
As for teleporting, well, my fort prevents teleportation, so we could always decide to do this, but then we'd lose the advantage of having the walls, and wherever we're going to end up, it's not going to be a complete protection. Anyone possessing greater means will easily be able to follow us through various divination spell. It may...
I am imagining the first wizard trying to do a dimension door. Oh, son of a bitch!
It may give us a few hours of reprieve if we try to teleport him out, but I don't see this being a good permanent solution beyond that.
Yeah.
The worst enemy you can have is an enemy that can prepare. And some people have been preparing for decades for such an event. I've been preparing for a while. That's why I had enough time to create this fort.
It's a nice fort. We're fortunate to have met you here.
Well, I thought you'd responded to my message, but apparently you haven't. So I guess I am the one who is fortunate. Having known people
Mm-hmm.
walking the top of this fort, audience is easily recognizable half a mile away. Fisher with his hat probably 3/4 of a mile away. Remy, well, how many Kenkus have you met in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've got a new trench coat now. So that throws me off.
It gives both good and bad. Any enemies you have may join those trying to reach us, but it may dissuade those with lesser means. I don't know if you realize, but you've started to become recognizable heroes.
Mm-hmm.
To be quite honest, I'm a bit surprised that the audience hasn't tried to take more advantage of that.
Yeah. I think maybe he's learned his lesson with the dragon cult.
Yes, of course, he learned his lesson. That's why he's still wearing their emblem. Well,
Yeah.
at least there's room for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Well, I'll be sure tomorrow to prepare more spells for preparing for battle than ones for actively battling.
Well, try and balance things out. The longer
I
we
will.
can force them to wait, the more chance we have of surviving this. We are missing also a contingency plan.
Hmm. Indeed. I'll talk to them about this. I have, like I said earlier, wind walk. So we may be able to escape that way. At least we'd be able to get somewhere where we could defend ourselves or
Well,
get help, maybe.
yes, but also the longer you wait to use that spell, the more obvious it's going to be that this is the spell you're using if you try to leave. Columns of smoke suddenly deciding to streak across the sky as they're leaving their fort is kind of noticeable if there's 200 people watching you.
True.
We have contingency plan options, to be fair. Multiple. We could always teleport. We also technically have the one-time call of the Divine Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
We have, which would get here probably quicker than 2 days.
Yeah.
We have contingencies.
We just have shared them.
Yeah.
Well, Jorg, I think that any amount of prayer will not be wasted.
Mhm.
Something tells me that we're about to live something that people are going to be talking about for quite a while.
feels that way.
And she turns around and starts walking away and says, "What do you mean it starts looking that way? I am a diviner after all."
Oh,
she
well.
she turns around and starts walking away. She moves on to the next hour. She's just...
Classic diviner style. Can never be specific about anything.
Then I'll go to, hey audience. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
over to them now.
Yes.
Do you have a gem encrusted bowl I could use?
I don't. I could probably make one, but I don't think I have one. I have gems, and I'm sure I could get a bowl.
I swear, I remember. I feel like I remember. I was getting one at some point at the garden.
We might
Or
have
more
used
than
one at
one.
the garden. I don't know if we ever bought. Did we like buy one to keep?
Well,
I don't
yeah,
have
why,
one to
that's
buy
what to keep. That's the
Yeah.
or like that's the point.
Yeah.
It's for
I don't-
my
Yeah, I don't know. We might have bought one. I don't have one in my notes.
Yeah, I don't have any. That would be something that would hopefully be in Jorg's notes because it would be his spell component.
Well, oh yeah. You only bought one at a time. Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna say, I feel like
and
you've
we
used it
probably
before,
used it.
so you should have at least got another one. But you know,
Yeah, I don't. I don't
Dang.
have one on me right now.
I remember talking about it. I don't.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong. Spell component wise, this isn't the kind of thing we could
Just say we
take
had.
a bunch of gems that we have with us on a bowl and have it be good.
well, you'd have to take for 1,000 gold worth of gems, and you can try to encrust to, I don't know, punch them inside of that bowl. The value might go down, so you might need to use 1,200.
Anybody got jeweler's tools proficiency?
That would be, I feel like, a Remy thing.
There was no room for that.
I have.
Wasn't even an
cook's
option,
tools.
actually.
Yeah, I have cook's tools proficiency, but I'm not sure how that would be helpful.
Audience can cook?
Yes. Haven't you enjoyed my frozen rations I've been making?
I don't eat.
My ice rations. My ration popsicles. Yes, audience can technically cook.
He's learned. He just never succeeded in your role he's made to cook. he learned how.
No, I think didn't I succeed on a roll with some random monster that one time when I was cooking up a random monster? Felt like I succeeded with that.
I remember a few times where you failed, but you could have succeeded. Because every single time you tried to impress a girl by cooking for her, you failed that role.
Anyway, I don't know, Jorg. Maybe if someone comes to entreat us, or to trade with us for information or access to the Exiled, we can tell them we need a gem encrusted bowl.
I'm pretty sure I got one, but I could also zip because we're near the big city, right? What's it called?
We are. But I'm pretty sure you might be tracked if you leave, and also may not easily be allowed back.
Hmm.
It would be fairly dangerous to leave these. I mean, there are already people spying and gathering. It would be very risky to leave the defenses at this point.
If it was easy to re-enter the fort, it wouldn't be a good protection against magical people trying to get in.
Yeah.
So it may not show it, but there's a good chance that the main gate really is the only non-dangerous way of getting inside of this fort.
Yeah. And then we'd have to open the main gate. It would just get complicated.
Yeah, that's true.
But Remy would love to see you try.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, looking at one another, trying to devise a plan, you hear the cold wind just blowing all around you, wondering how that's all gonna turn out really bad. Time moves forward just a little bit. You're now maybe 2 p.m. on that first day of waiting. When your orb audience rings.
Hello, this is audience.
you hear a voice. Well, yeah, I know, because I asked for you. Sears never sent me to the wrong person. It's Longshot talking.
Yeah.
So,
No, but
He
sometimes
could have been
other
murdered
people
and
can-
somebody
yeah,
stole it.
Sometimes other people can pick up their orbs. Like one time, I was trying to talk to Temptress, and Corp took the orb from her.
well, yeah, but he's a member of the garden, so I don't know. I have a feeling
Anyway,
that
what's up? What's up, Longshot?
um we're almost there. We should be arriving sometime during the night.
Okay.
Just calling to warn you that it's starting to look like a real mess outside. It's the second column of people we've crossed, and they're all going in your direction. I'm pretty
How
sure.
many people have you seen, and what have been their insignias?
Well, I did recognize an insignia that looks like an impaled skeleton. Remy, are you close by when this happens, or?
I've actually been wondering that this whole time, like just like how much of this
Let's say
conversation have I been privy to?
Audience would have probably called over everyone when my orb rang, because we're not doing, or anyone who wanted to come over.
Yeah.
Mm.
So anyone who didn't.
Okay, in which case, it's like perhaps Remy would at least, maybe he would at least take a break so that he could do telepathic bond, just to simplify things in case he has to go back and continue scouting, because somebody should be watching the walls.
Yeah, but no, audience would be like, we should all get information that.
Right, so one of them had an insignia that looks like an impaled skeleton. Remy, you've never seen that emblem, so that tells you that it's either religious or, a raiding group, not someone that you'd have ample contact with. I've seen one on a standard, which is a silver hammer on a cloud. It's audience. I don't know. Roll religion. Don't roll one.
Okay. Where's religion? Here it is. I didn't roll a 1.
Okay. I was scared for a moment there.
I didn't roll well, but I didn't roll one.
Well, you didn't roll well, so it takes a moment, but it. Oh yeah, okay. You remember. It's a fairly big one. The name escapes you, but it's priestly standard. It's war god, human war god.
Human war god. Okay.
And the last one that I was able to see was a coin being stabbed by a dagger. Remy, that one would tell you something. It's a fairly prominent contract killer guild.
Ooh, someone paid the big bucks.
The big bucks. All right, I'll say not surprising. How many do you have with you?
Well, it was a bit hard. I'm not gonna lie. I had to uh take into consideration various factor. Gods have agendas. Mage want power. Bards want fame. Warrior wants to be known.
Mm-hmm.
Rogues wants, well, all of that except to be known. So that it's there's not going to be a lot. I do have 6 people that and there's going to be a little bit more, but they don't the others they don't move as fast. But we're gonna have at least a few people to mend the surrounding. Um, a bit. I don't want to say this too loud, but a bit of cannon fodder, unfortunately. Um,
Damn.
Okay. Well, I don't.
Tough but
want
necessary.
I don't want anyone to get unnecessarily killed. If you have small numbers, something I might suggest is instead of coming directly to the fort and us letting you in, honestly, just stay outside, stick together, gain as much information as you can, waylay it to us as the groups arrive, and then if we are assaulted or we see which group comes out on top, perhaps come in at the later moments to help support us when they're not expecting us to have allies. Be kind of a surprise backup factor for us if we need it.
okay, but I don't know how impressive it's gonna be if there's 20 people outside standing against 100. So I don't know. Maybe just think about how you could get us all in, just in case.
They'll be focused on us. It won't be 20 against 100. You just have to take out some of the important rear guard and then melt back into the shadows.
That's a
What kind of
precision you did
specialties
not.
do you have with you?
Yeah.
That's a
Guerrilla
precision you did
warfare.
not give before. Um,
yeah,
I
like
didn't.
what?
I
Who
didn't
do you
choose
got
a.
with you?
Well, not people that meld into shadows.
Okay.
Well,
It's fun. Do you have
Well,
range? Do you have range people?
yes.
Yeah, so just hit them from range. Divert their attention. Take out
yeah,
key
but if you don't have a defensive spot to retreat to,
I don't think they'll leave their main goal to assault a small force coming from the woods. Not if this battlefield's gonna be as chaotic as I think.
Well,
I mean, the problem is also there's no real cover out there.
I'm not saying that
So
you know,
I think we should try and get him in here.
yeah, that's what
Do
I'm
you want to try
saying.
and
Maybe
get
not right now, but
Well, yeah, no, that's a good idea. Not, we can stay outside just a little bit. I'm just saying, maybe it'll be
I'll
nice if
talk.
you have a way to get us inside. You know,
Let
if we
me.
need to.
I will shout out Antasia.
Yes.
How hard? What is the process for getting someone inside this fort?
Well, the easy way is the main gate. There's always another way. But it's more to help us leave if there's a problem, not to help people inside.
Yeah.
Every
How long does the gate take usually? Like, what's the process of raising and lowering the gate? Like, what's the window for that? How many seconds or
oh, for
minutes?
us, it's I don't know, half a minute. Especially if you're just trying to get a few people in, we don't have to open everything up completely. I mean, the gate
Okay.
is 20 feet tall. We don't need to open it all the
Okay.
way.
We have a few allies who might help us, and they're just wondering about potentially getting in. So I'm just trying to figure out
Well,
the.
if I don't know, it feels like when are they gonna get there? Because there's starting to be a whole lot of people watching us outside.
I don't think they're gonna get here before there's a whole lot of people. So
well, it sounds like they're kind of already out there.
yeah, well, they're crossing with a lot of people. They said they'd be here soon, but we'll see. I mean, I could tell them to come to the front gate. There's a chance that they wouldn't be stopped, but there's also a risk that people would see them as making the first move and try and join in with them.
Or take them out, trying to stop them.
So I guess what
Yeah.
you're asking me if there's a way to hide them as they're making their approach. I can work on that. I mean, I did bring my book with me, so I do have a little bit of flexibility.
Okay. I'll go back to the Orba say we'll try and work on a way of hiding you on your approach to the fort to get you guys inside.
Well, good. That's certainly reassuring because this is only what we've seen. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people coming from every direction, and you know, that's the small people. I don't know about the big
Yeah.
ones. I'm just hoping the red dragon living in this island chain did not see this because I really don't want to have to deal with
I hope
that.
some of these groups brought a few bards. This will be a battle for the ages.
Well,
You don't want them to bring bards. You want us to survive this and then go tell the story to a bard. Make sure you get all the
I'm hoping that some bard comes as just kind of like a witness to witness the glory of the
third party.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
someone
go.
who's just there for the fame, you know. He just want to have this story to tell. He's gonna be there
Off in the
sitting on the
distance with
hills.
a spyglass, just
Yeah.
So that way, when you get
bards.
back into a town, you hear this bard singing about your praise with a heavy metal music.
Yeah. All right. We'll work on our side. Keep traveling. Update us on any information or sigils or people you see.
Where are you guys right now?
A few miles off. We should be here in the next 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours. All right. We'll work on the way for you to get inside. Yeah, and just keep us updated.
All right.
Be careful. I don't know if we'll be able to leave this location to come help you if you get caught.
How many do you have with you?
There's 6 with me, and like I said, there's going to be. And he turns around and says, "How many more? You said?" Uh, Something like 20, between 20 to 30 other people joining in. Some of them, I don't think they're going to need a way in, but some of them will.
Okay. Well, we'll do what we can from our side. As I said, be careful. If you get caught out there, you're going to be kind of on your.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
if there's a way to find other people who are out there who are benevolent, trying to help protect this guy from the wrongdoers, it'll be good if we could get them all together. Otherwise, we're all going to be fighting for the same thing against each other.
Yeah. Well.
So far, I've heard contract killers, mercenaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're getting a lot of benevolent groups out there. maybe the human, maybe the closest I would say were like the human religious group. I guess I could roll a religion roll to see how their god is with like.
Yeah, there's probably not a lot of people out there trying to.
The war god.
Yeah, the war
That
god.
one.
Mm.
I mean, he could be a good war god. There could be good war.
So what's your roll?
9.
9.
Yeah, he's a great war.
He's known to be a little chaotic and not choose sides.
I think they might just be here for the melee.
They might.
The Aries.
It's just a
type.
fun.
Yeah, this might be a
War
fun.
man.
For war's sake, one of those.
This might be just a fun experience. They may not be against us. They're probably a group that very likely might just start fighting anyone once the melee starts. But
Yep.
not really sure they'll be on our side either.
Just imagine one of us is like, "Hey, those guys have a death wish."
Yeah, I think
just
they're here. I
watched
think
it.
they're just here to throw some hands and have a good time.
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. So, time starts moving forward again, unless one of you wants to go talk to the exiled.
No.
All right. So time moves forward again, and the sun starts to set. Your stomach starts rumbling, but fortunately,
Audience is gonna use the goggles of dark vision that we actually bought.
All right. And how far do those help you see?
Those give you a 60.
Very standard, the standard 60 dark vision.
You're there watching, and there's a moment. There's a. I see something. Dinner.
All right, covert ops scoop goes stealth mode. Just pulls down the I think his were broad scaled goggles.
Remy,
his
you're
eyes.
with me. We're going hunting rabbits.
You had the classic on the side of you, the cue of the green light specs. Night vision mode activated.
That's the
Meanwhile,
actual
Remy
activation.
Meanwhile, Remy activates detective mode.
He sees the footprints of the rabbit. Nice. So yeah, you won't be surprised by something nearly on the wall, because you are 30 feet high. So
Yeah.
you don't see very far. But at least you have confirmation that no one tried to touch the walls. Probably just before 6 o'clock. A an unforeseen fog bank rolls in, extremely large. Covers most of the region. It does, however, hit the barrier of the fort, and you just see it move around it, surround it. So inside of the fort, you're okay. But outside of the fort, suddenly your visibility went from several miles to maybe 1,000 feet. Which isn't bad. But you lost most of your visibility.
Does this fog look? Did it show up like that, or did it roll in naturally?
It showed up really, really quickly. Kind of a drop from heaven quickly.
Mm-hmm. Almost like an action quickly.
Well, maybe two. Which tells you there's more than one rolling in.
Yeah, we're all up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are all up. If it's 6, audience always wakes up for 6.
Yeah. All right, looks like we got company coming.
Audience gives a smile and looks at Fisher and says, "Their fog can be used against them, though." And he'll point to the shield, because I can use its ability in a fog to charm anyone in a fog.
You think it'll be able to hit the whole thing?
That's what it says.
All right.
It can spread to an entire cloud. Yep.
If this ability is used in a foggy condition, any creature inside the fog cloud becomes affected by this effect.
Oh my
with the exception of
god.
the shield bearer.
The fog doesn't reach the wall, though, correct?
It doesn't go inside of the fort.
It doesn't go inside of the fort. But I could charm, or attempt to charm, everyone on the outside of the fort in the fog.
Wait. I should prepare fog cloud.
I haven't.
Well, normally the issue is I don't want to charm you guys.
Yeah.
But there is no fog inside of this fort, so this is the rare opportunity where I could actually use this and not the detriment to the rest of you.
Yeah. Definitely. So the fog covers everything.
Have we got a call from Longshot yet? That is.
It arrives maybe 20 minutes later.
Okay.
Longshot calls you. That's an impressive fog bank you have there. I really hope it's you that placed it there, because...
Nope.
Well, maybe. I'll look over to Antasia. Did you do anything with the fog bank?
No, I'm a diviner. I'm not a conjurer.
I don't know what... You're all magic users are the same to me. No, it was not us, I'll say.
She looks at you when you says this. It actually makes sense.
Yeah, I tried. Pretty early on when we were journeying together, we went into this old like Wizard's Lab, and there was all this stuff about the different schools of magic and the wheel and the colors, and it all was very important, kind of like a puzzle we had to solve in there. That I think it just went in one side and out the other. So, he does his divine magic stuff, and outside of that, it's just
That's the power of the gods. That's not magic.
okay. Yeah, see.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's suddenly everything makes more sense.
Don't worry, I'll say. You're one of the better ones.
You're one of the good
Yes,
ones.
of course, of course. So that explains the melon song that I keep hearing. Right then. So you hear Longshot go, yeah, so there are several encampment that have started rising. I think they did that so that they can hide themselves as they're arriving. Or they're testing out, your ability to push away minor spells.
Well, we'll wait. Now would probably not be a good time for you to try and make your way inside. We don't have enough vision or access to assist you.
Well,
I'd hold back for now.
we'd definitely be able to move in because it's a fog
Yeah,
channel.
if you feel comfortable, you could
If
try
you feel
sneaking
comfortable.
in through the cloud.
But just know it's not ours.
And if anything, goes down in there, we're probably not gonna be able to help you.
Yeah. Yeah, I do understand what you're saying. Well, there are two of them who might be able to make it there. How do you feel having small reinforcement?
Any
take
reinforcement
it.
is helpful. Yeah.
Alright, so us from the garden are going to stay on the periphery, and there are two people here who I think you'll enjoy meeting again.
Any help is welcome.
Alright, I'll tell them.
If they're from the garden, just tell them to signal us when they're ready for us to open the gate.
She says, don't worry, you'll know.
I will find that not disconcerting at all and trust them.
So it takes a little bit of time. And then, it's sort of a weird sound. It's sort of like a scratching sound. It takes maybe 10 minutes before you hear it. And I think Remy would be the one to. I have to say this just as he's the only one not around the table right now.
Oh no, I'm here.
Okay.
Just I can.
The beauty of wireless headphones.
Remy, you're probably the one that sort of recognize this scratching, because on the outside, and probably Jorg's gonna be saying, why is there a cat outside? I can hear a cat just going. But for you, Remy, you recognize sort of a beat in there. And that hand signature that sort of feels familiar.
Remy's slowly turning his head to the sound.
Couldn't be. Remy, the hand that's making that sound, the twist of the hand, the way that it takes a little bit of moment. You want to say that maybe this person is outside? And of course, if she's there, there's someone else with her.
Listen, we all know it's a Zedra in a sauna. Okay, let's just look. That's my prediction. That's my from looking at my notes, that'd be who I would predict would show up.
You think they're at the gate?
Raimi's looking at the gate and then is giving maybe throws up 2 talons ? But then gives the okay sign.
Okay, I'll turn to Antasi and be like, let the 2 in quickly.
She moves to the gate. She makes large and gestures. And then suddenly you have the gate that just rises just a little. There's a brief moment where there's the fog that sort of rolls in as the gate opens. And then it just moves, but there doesn't seem to be anyone there. And then the gate closes down. There's a brief moment where nothing's there. And in the audience, you hear the familiar voice of Isalna right next to you, the right side, saying, "Hi, you're still not really good at this, are you?"
Well, if she breaks stealth, I get to blindside her, so joke's on her.
She puts an arm on your shoulder. "Come on. You're happy to see me. Or is that a new dagger that you have?"
No, I'm happy to see you. As I said, any support is welcome, and 2 warriors of your strength, most welcome indeed.
You know, I mean, the little halfling, he was having so much trouble finding people. And, you know, when he said that you might be having problems, I mean, isn't it normal that we just help you out? After all, you did allow us to come into your realm, and we're still here for maybe, I don't know, another 9 or 8 months. 8 or 9 months, so why not? Sounds like fun. You're about to have a whole lot of people that wants to kill you.
That's I was about to say that's the hope, but I don't know if it's the hope. It's just the reality.
The unfortunate reality.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate
Izidra
reality.
seems to appear out of nowhere, and she just looks at all of you and says, "Oh, this is going to be exactly the same as it was before, huh?" All right, I'm going to have to go start. What?
Jorg has to go to bed. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I was going to end.
Jorg was on watch on the night shift, so
I was going to end at the end of this day. So when you start, you're on day 2.
Oh, we're gonna do the whole combat tonight.
whole multiple stages of the siege.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, first there's a siege weapon, and then all the people trying to get in, and then.
You weren't aware this was a 24-hour stream tonight? You didn't get the memo?
Oops.
You know, and then we're gonna get the fleet arriving from the air, so there's also an aerial battle.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we'll see you. Go to bed.
If you want to go now, it's okay. Like I said, I was about to finish, so you're not gonna miss.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
So, oh yeah, that's right. It's gonna mess the camera up.
It's okay.
Hold on. We're at least gonna try and have us be able to see. Hold on. Okay. Just guessing that Remy doesn't want to be in Jorg's place. Here you go.
Never. Absolutely never.
Here we go. All right. I'm gonna go back to the RP window since we're ending. So Zedra looks at all of you and says, "Well, guess I'm gonna go toward the perimeter again. I feel like it. This is a repeat of what happened last time. Hopefully, this time there's not gonna be a giant trying to get through our defenses." She turns
I think
around.
The hordes are a little less endless this time.
She turns around. She turns around to Isalna and says, "I'll be back." And Remy, you can't help but to hear that little word, that little additional word, every time she talks to Isalna.
Yeah.
So she leaves. Isalna
I'll
looks
look
at.
over at Isalna. Is there any way? Can any of you guys see through this fog cloud? None of us, I don't think, possess that ability.
Oh no, dear, that's not gonna be a problem. They're really just starting to test out your defenses. They're not planning on committing anything yet. Don't worry about it. We
Good,
did.
because I hate commitment.
Yes, I did get this impression of you. And she looks at Antasia for a brief while. Yeah, I did get this impression of you. All right, well, don't worry for now. They're a bit too scared. You know, big Ford appearing out of nowhere. They're wondering what's happening, who's there, and of course, who would they see but you standing in front of the main gate. But you know, the moment they realize that your kins aren't with you, they're gonna feel a whole lot more secure advancing. And she points.
Wow.
She pointed at your religious emblem when she said that.
Well, let's hope they're all too selfish to want to let someone else potentially get their prize. That they'll duke it out a little bit out there before they.
Oh, don't worry about this, dear. Azidra's already made her little investigation. I'm pretty sure that so long as the walls haven't been breached, they're all gonna be one big happy family. But the moment something falls, it's gonna be a bloody free-for-all. After all,
Or
how many
we can
guilds?
incite the free for all to occur before.
Oh, yeah, that's always a possibility. If you're confident that you can go up against guilds, raiders, priests with their church. Pretty sure I even saw a mage walking.
Well, I'm not confident I can go up against them. That's why I need to fight each other.
Yes. The pleasure of having friends.
Yeah.
Well,
The pleasure of your enemies having enemies.
Yeah. Who knows, though? A couple stray arrows, mistimed word, an illusion in the wrong place. You never know it can set off a boiling pot like this.
you're right. Well, one thing's for sure. things are gonna get so much more interesting by morning. I have a feeling of that. You hear Antasia go, yes, unfortunately, so do I. Well then, tell me I'm not sleeping on the ground.
I think there are beds.
There were 2 empty beds in your tent last time.
Yeah, I believe there are 2 empty beds. If
'Cause
not,
There are 4.
I'm sure we can find. I'm sure we can find ways to share.
Well, if you don't mind, if we really do have to share, I am aware of Dragonborns. Legendary blood flow when they wake up. I'd rather share with Fisher.
That's perfectly all right. Any of us will be on watch anyway. I doubt we'll all be using the beds at one time.
Actually, there's a lot of bed. There's one tent that's designed to be a bit more comfortable than the others, which is the one that you were in. And it only has 6 beds, bunk beds, but more comfortable beds. The 3 other tents, it's mostly hammocks, about enough for 42 people in Grand Tour.
No, we have plenty of sleeping arrangements. They will not be. It will not be. That will not be the biggest issue we face.
All right. Well then, show me where I need to sleep.
Okay.
Remy, it's been a while since I saw you. You're the one that's going to show me.
Remy shrugs and I guess gives the tour? Question mark?
I didn't hear.
Just
you
broadly
give what?
gesture at the courtyard. And that's the
Oh,
door.
the door. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a brief cut, so I heard you're showing her the Thor. What?
No, the guy giving her the tour.
Audience makes a joke. Hopefully, Remy will pick up on it. Sure, there's a pretty comfortable bench or table hiding somewhere in a dark corner. You could always have her sleep on that. But hopefully, Remy picks up that audience is joking about the mimic.
Yeah. The dungeon master got it. All right, so you show her to her quarters. Azidra takes a moment and starts circling the perimeter, figuring out what we have. And Longshot and the members of the Gardens are outside, also doing their stuff. And so with this, the sun sets. And with a brief humming of the wards pushing the fog back, maybe just a few very faint, as if someone was literally poking with his finger the barrier, just the wards, just trying to figure out, is there really something there? Oh, yeah, okay, there's something there. So nothing dangerous. It's really just those little, sort of like falling asleep with a bug zapper nearby.
Honestly, after having slept multiple nights with this from the siege of Bahanor, I do not even probably notice it. I think those are slightly larger things hitting the barriers.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, she used firework to cover this when it started, so... Alright. first day of the siege comes to an end. You all go to sleep, taking turns, if I'm not mistaken, to just do rounds.
Yeah, we would not leave the wall undefended.
All right. So Antasia does the same thing. First tour, Antasia and Azidra. Probably Fisher is the logical choice to wake up someone and say, "All right, come on, you're coming with me," to go relieve them.
I'll go with Remy because I think Remy will cover for my lack of perception.
And Fisher is gonna go with Jorg because Remy would never have gone with Jorg. All right. So with this is going to be tonight's end of the episode. There we go. Like this. Sound of a crackling fire. Aww. And it's the sound of a crackling fire as you're all going to sleep. So it might even be what you're actually hearing inside of the tent, except that the are the people trying to poke through the barrier instead of the fire. So, well, that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world, with us. And hope to see you again next week. Same time, same day. Wednesday, 7:30 Western Coast time. If you're living on the Western Coast, that's the best hour for you. And if not, Friday rebroadcast, 7:30 Eastern Coast time. So, if you're living on the Eastern Coast, you have also a broadcast. Just like last episode, just remember that because someone came in and started talking, remember that I'm usually the only one there, and I'm doing the rebroadcast while I'm eating, so I'm not always there. You could say something and I'm gonna take 10 minutes to answer just because I'm in the bathroom or I went to go get what I'm eating or something like this. That's only if it's on Friday. The Wednesday is the live one. And in between, on Thursdays, well, map making and world building with me. Our world is progressing. Did not expect it to go the way that it is going, but that's interesting. All right, and that's the schedule. So, see you next week or tomorrow, or the day after that. You might talk to me during the broadcast. What else can I say? Oh yeah, if you want to help us, we got Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon. A link below if you want to make donations. So go nuts. Just stay civil. If you want to write a comment somewhere, just stay civil. That's really the only thing we ask. And if you want to help more, well, just spread the word of the channel. It helps. I think that's it. Anyone wants to add something?
No, I think that's...
Okay. Well, in that case...
Needs more cowbell.
Okay. Can't promise that I'm going to have any during for the next stream, but I'll think about it. Alright. Thank you for being here. See you next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.